So when I was around 9 years old or something, back when cable was still a thing, I was watching the Discovery Channel. There was a program running that was explaining that the Y chromosome has been shrinking for the last millions of years, and in about another 50 million years, the Y chromosome would shrink so completely that it disappears, meaning there will no longer be males in the future. After hearing this, child me didn't sleep a wink for 2 days straight. As a child, the notion that men will not exist in the future deeply terrified me. But now, as an adult and a feminist who has been made aware of the crimes of the patriarchy, that still fucking terrifies me. I am still in danger of losing sleep for several days if I think about this for more than 2 minutes. There are so many genders, but there are only like 3 official sexes we can choose from. And now there's gonna be less in the future? Come on, that's just horrible. And I know this isn't gonna be a problem for another 50 million years, but intersectionalism demands that I worry about it right now. Anxiety is a bitch, and I need to call my therapist. Hey there, you don't know who I am. Well, actually, one of you knows who I am. My therapist has been made aware of my YouTube channel, and she's reading all of your comments, and she's asking me how I feel about them, and the internet dial-up noise just starts playing in my mind, and I don't think the mouth words that I was making in reply were in any way comprehensible. But there is a disconnect in my mind, and her asking me about how my YouTube channel makes me feel somehow led to me looking at memes about therapists and therapy. So that's what we're going to be doing today. I don't know how I got here. Do yourself a favor, don't expect anything from this point forward to make any sense. Alright, let's get started. Alright, so this one says, me, all my cries for help are too relatable and simply become internet memes. My therapist, Lamau, if this isn't me. It's really sad how many memes about mental illness are so relatable, because a lot of my friends relate to them, but I'm the only one among my friend group that goes to therapy regularly. What are you guys doing? I think you guys need it more than I do. Alright, so men will literally Photoshop Bernie Sanders going to therapy before going to therapy. It's well known that people who go to therapy because the people in their lives need to go to therapy, but they don't. So, yeah. What would you say to your dad if he were alive today? Oh my gosh, sorry for cremating you. I honestly thought you were dead. A lot of my friends cremate their parents when they unlive, but I don't want to be cremated. I actually want to do a live burial, and that is because I want to join the zombie apocalypse. And that's probably very selfish of me. I want to become a zombie and ruin somebody's life. And the answer to that question should be no, but honestly, I want to be part of it. Okay? If I can't be alive for it, I want to be undead for it. And I'm sorry, that's what I want. I warned you not to expect better of me. Therapist. And what do we say when we feel this way? Me. Don't be sad. Because sad backwards is das, and that's not good. Therapist taking notes. Can I use that? My therapist regularly tells me that they learn something new from me, and they ask me how I feel about teaching them something new. And something new is usually something to do with my sexuality or my other orientations, and internet dial-up noises. Alright, this bitch somehow knows that I was about to talk about her behind her back, and I think she called me to tell me to knock it the fuck off, but I'm still gonna do it. Okay, so the next meme is me the day before therapy versus me when the therapist asks what I want to talk about. Okay, I am always prepared for therapy, okay? If I am a mess beforehand, I am a mess during, and I lay it all out there. I have an outline, a presentation. I get the point across, okay? I've been going through therapy for years. I am now an expert. But I have seen my friends, specifically the bitch who just called me, like 2 seconds before therapy, have a mental breakdown, and a legit mental breakdown where I feel like they are entirely a different person because their mind is so broken that their entire being is so warped that I don't recognize this person. And the next day when they have to go to therapy, they're like, oh, I'm fine, there's nothing to talk about. Like, bitch, no, okay? The reason why I'm in the therapy session with them is because they don't perceive reality very well. Constantly asking, hey, did this really happen or did I just imagine it? And that's terrifying. Okay, they legit don't know if it really happened or if it was all in their head. So this, like I said, this is very relatable but also very, very troubling. I am mentally ill, of course. Like I said, I go to therapy, but I have a very good grasp on reality. It's just that reality can be very scary. But I do not know what it's like to have a distorted like view of reality, or to not perceive reality in a very concrete way, you know, the normal way humans do. So yeah, they need to go to more therapy. Like I said, all my friends, some of them don't go to therapy at all, some of them do go to therapy, but not regularly, and they need more therapy, like more than I do. I guess now would be a good time to check my privileges because I can afford therapy and they can't. So yeah, that's just me checking my privileges and like knowing that it's not always within their choice. But sometimes they do have some modicum of control and can go, but sometimes opt not to because they think they don't deserve healing for some reason. And I have been talking about this one meme for a long time. This was supposed to be lighthearted, but it's not, okay? I'm trying to make lighthearted jokes about people who need therapy and mental illness, but it's really, really a horrible reality that we have to live through. It's even more horrible than what I'm currently speaking about it, but I'm speaking about it a little casually because I want this shit to be normalized. We're gonna move on. This Christmas, I'm just giving all my family members a card that says, a donation had been made in your name to my therapist. Currently, who is paying for my medical bills is my family, because a lot of my trauma stems from them, and I am thankful that they're sorry enough to send me to therapy. But legit, if you guys just went to therapy yourselves, maybe I wouldn't have had to. Alright, we're just gonna move on. Depressed kids in the media. I don't want to go to therapy. I don't need help. I'm not some specimen for you to dissect. Me rolling into my therapist's office and collapsing in relief. What is up, my homeboy? I fucking missed ya. Hope you're ready to hear some bullshit that fucking happened to me this week. True. Oh my god. Families of depressed kids in media. Okay, sweetie, we've researched depression for 10 hours straight and signed you up for therapy and rearranged your school schedule to be less stressful. Actual parents of depressed kids. Look, I get that you're sad, but someone's gotta do the goddamn dishes. Stop being lazy, get up. Why didn't you go to school today? What is wrong with you? You're such a burden on this family. Again, my family has accepted that they fucked up and therefore are okay with me going to therapy like a lot. But my friends are not as lucky in that their parents are still denying the part they played and the trauma they've caused their child, and I hate this so much. Okay, my voice went somewhere else because like my emotions happened and I could not articulate well enough how angry this makes me. Like, why am I so lucky? Like, if my parents could do it, why can't theirs? Me, I've conquered my fear of ghosts. I've conquered my fear of ghosts. Therapist, that's the spirit. Oh fuck, where? Oh, this would have been made for a great Vine. It's now a good time to tell people I miss Vine. Okay, TikTok just doesn't hit the same, okay? Let's move on. Unpopular opinions. Therapists are for people who don't have or are unable to establish a core group of honest friends, so they'd rather pay for help dealing with their feelings. Where were your honest friends when you drafted this shit take, though? Look, it is not the job of my friends to handle my emotional burdens, okay? A professional needs to do that. Like, whenever I have a meltdown in front of them, which is very rare, it happened maybe twice. Yeah, it happened maybe twice on accident. And afterwards, I apologized because they should not have been there to clean up the mess. Because, like, one of them had to really restrain me because I wanted to walk into traffic. Because I was having a manic episode and all the cars were white and I didn't understand why. So I wanted to walk into traffic, knock on the doors and the windshields of these people's cars and ask them why their car was white. I don't know. Okay, I don't know why that happened, but it did, and it should not have been the responsibility of my young friend who are young adults. These people are still babies to me who have like gone through that, and I'm forever sorry that is something that they had to deal with. I wish I had called my therapist instead, but yeah, it's frightening because, like, my friend who had to deal with that legit thought that it was her duty as a friend to keep me safe. And no, honey, it was not your problem to deal with. Okay, I almost dragged you into traffic. You should not have put yourself in danger like that. And they keep saying, no, it's fine. Like, no, it's not, okay? I needed professional help. No matter how good of a friend you are, you cannot replace actual therapy, actual professional help. Please don't try doing that again in the future. Next time I have a meltdown, just call the authorities, okay? Call someone on me, okay? Call the police if I'm like acting disorderly in public. If I'm in private, just call my parents who are in charge of me or call my emergency contact. You do not have to deal with that yourself. Okay, please. I am so sorry that I put you through that. I'm just so sorry. Please don't ever put yourself in that situation. Well, no, I'm the one who put you in that situation, but don't ever stay in that situation. You can walk away. Please just walk away. Alright, I say lol like lol, but some people say LOL. Therapist on the phone to his own therapist. Yeah, I need to make an appointment. Newsflash, therapists also need therapists. So, I can't really speak on behalf of the therapist because, you know, I'm not a therapist, but they do have, some of them are clinical about it, some of them are empathetic about it, and their empathy can be detrimental to their own well-being, so they need to go to their own therapist to talk about it. And I actually have a friend who could be a great therapist if she wanted, but she's so empathetic that it will ruin her if she tried. So, yeah. Me. Oh, is that a bowl of jelly beans on the table? Therapist. Yes, help yourself. Me. Mouth already full of jelly beans. If I could do that, I wouldn't be here. I'll take the 500 for jokes that cure my depression for 1 hour. I got some serotonin from that, thank you. Me talking to a therapist. I'm just feeling very Mothman number 3 lately. You know? My therapist, for the last time, I will not add your Mothman emojis to the server. You're gonna have to pay for Nitro if you want me to understand a single thing you say. Me. Mothman 7. Where's the link, OP? OP, where's the link? As if I would share my Mothmans with strangers who have not yet proven themselves worthy. Where's the link, OP? I want the link. If you're watching this video, please give me the link. I'm serious. I want the Mothman. I want the Mothman emojis. I want to see them. People in therapy are often in therapy. Oh, okay, this is what I was saying earlier. People in therapy are often in therapy to deal with the people in their lives who won't go to therapy. I've already talked about this. So I'm just gonna move on. Therapists, you need to open up more. I can't. Therapists, why not? Me. Let me visualize it for you. It's a good metaphor though, but the situation is never going to get better if you don't pull open the door. And afterwards, no matter what the damage was, you'll have a working cabinet, whatever plates you could salvage, and a place to start putting new plates. Hats off for the negative joke turned to wholesome pose! It's a good analogy, okay? Opening up does leave you vulnerable and hurting, but once you're done, it's just a matter of like rearranging your life so that you can move forward and no longer have to live with whatever it is that was burdening you in the first place. Some days, the only power move you have on someone is to tell them, I talked to my therapist about you, and never explain it any further. Don't let people live in your mind rent-free, but if they did manage to live in your mind rent-free, fucking move into their mind, and let's see how they like it. Therapist, tell me some things you like. I like when I'm sleeping. I meant when you're awake. Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that. Just distress. I'm just gonna be making distress noises from this point forward. Therapist, you don't love yourself. Me. So true, King. Here's $80. First of all, my therapy is $60. And that's like in the high-end shit, because like there are therapists that do it for like $30. So $80 is a stretch, because like that's $80 I'm assuming for 1 hour. My $60 is 2 hours, so it's $30 an hour. So all right, that could just be because I live in a third world country where the cost of living is, you know, lower. And the cost of hospitals is still big, but it's payable even for those who are just slightly above the poverty line. When I hear Americans say that therapy is $200 an hour, I'm like, what? How are you living? Actually, no, I don't know what I'm saying. I think I'm talking out of my ass. Forget everything I just said right now. When your friend is venting to you and you get angry on their behalf, they're pissed. Sometimes my therapist does get angry on my behalf, and I'm so grateful for them. But then I feel guilty because, like, I'm okay with taking their clinical and mental labor, but when they have emotional labor that they're doing for me, I feel a little guilty because emotions suck. Quote by cringy edgelord. Please don't quote me on that. Or if you do, crop my face out. Alright, so my camera battery died, so I might have to do the rest of this video in cartoon form. Therapy is like someone gently walking through your brain and looking around like, this how you live in? Yeah. So I should mention that I've been going to therapy for years, not for the same issue. Like some of my issues, like my anxiety and my bipolar, have been solved, and I only need maintenance therapy like once every 6 months, like a dentist. Right now, the therapy I'm going for, and why it's a little more expensive, is trauma therapy, like therapy for traumatic events in my life, and it's not going well, or it is, and I can't tell. Turns out what I have is like a step away from PTSD. Like, it's not PTSD yet, but so very close. Like, just one more event and my life is ruined. So I'm actually guilty of this, because the reason I'm going for trauma therapy, like before, and why it built up, because I didn't address it in my previous times I've gone to therapy, was because I don't like talking about those events. And now the problem is it built up so much that I was having trauma responses that were hurting other people. And I wish that I went to therapy for myself, because I am worth that. But it took me hurting another person for me to deal with these issues. And I'm not proud of that. I'm not proud that several people were hurt, and it was starting to affect my relationships because I wasn't dealing with my trauma. Even though I already was going to therapy, but I was going to therapy for something else. and that was just not fair and something that I will forever regret, because while I don't know if I'm doing well in trauma therapy, my friends seem happier and they're less worried about me. So yeah, I went to therapy for trauma, not for myself but for other people. And while that maybe sounds very noble, maybe it's not a good thing to do mental health for somebody else. It has to be for yourself. And now that I've done like several sessions of trauma, I am now doing it for myself, but it did not start out that way. And I just want to say that yes, I did this for other people, but do as I say, not as I do. Do this for yourself. Therapist. And what do we say when we feel like this? Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I give up. This is not true, okay? This is not true. My therapist is really happy that I'm making these videos because it's obviously a positive thing in my life, and they want to encourage like hobbies that give you a sense of fulfillment, and this channel definitely does. So hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I wish I was not a cartoon for this, but I am, so alright. Therapist. Your mother is so overprotective. She is the cause of your issues connecting to women emotionally. Me. Well, your mama's so stupid, she trying to climb Mountain Dew. Oh, this is relatable because sometimes therapists say truths and you feel so attacked that you snap back at them, and that's totally normal. At least they tell me it's normal. Like, it's a normal response to be a little defensive and aggressive when you are presented with a truth that is unpleasant to hear. And I just want to say I'm sorry for acting really, really rude. If my therapist, several of you who have witnessed me like being overly antagonistic when you say something I don't want to hear, but thank you for forgiving me, and thank you for helping me move past that and like be a better person. You guys are wonderful. Thanks. Therapist. What do we say when we feel this? There's no should or should not when it comes to having feelings. They're part of who we are, and their origins are beyond our control. Therapist. Yep. Yeah, okay, so finally, after all the wrong responses to certain things, certain situations in therapy, this is like a good freaking response. Like, yeah, your feelings are valid. Look, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna sit here and say like feelings are great. Okay, sometimes fuck your feelings. They're valid, but sometimes fuck your feelings. I understand. But there is no should or should not. This is not within your control. How you feel is not within your control, but how you act is what is within your realm of control and be defined or be characterized by your actions. And I think that's it. I need to film an outro. I can't just be a cartoon. Hang on, where is my extra battery? I lent it to my sister and I don't recall her giving it back to me. Alright, hang on. I need to film a quick outro because my camera battery is about to die. So I hope you enjoyed me talking about going to therapy and looking at therapist memes in both a lighthearted manner and a very heavy kind of serious tone, because this is a very serious issue with mental health, but it's also something that needs to be normalized. So that's why we looked at all these memes and was joking around with it, even though it's a serious topic. It's a balance. Like, you have to make sure it's very clear that these topics are something that are not to be taken lightly, but it is also something that is normal and should be normalized. So anyways, thank you for watching. I'm gonna edit the hell out of this video. I really enjoyed making this though. I think it helped give me serotonin, and specifically to my therapist, I did not go to therapy this month because there are some things that I'm not ready to talk about. So I'm avoiding therapy, but next month, this is my accountability. This is me filming, saying that I'm gonna go to therapy next month, like first day of the first month, if possible. And because yes, you shouldn't push yourself when you're not ready, but you can't just not do anything about it forever. So this is a compromise. Like, hopefully I'll be ready before the month ends to go back to therapy, but if I'm not, there's a cutoff, there's a deadline. I need to go to therapy because, like I said, trauma therapy is not easy. Okay, they are making me look at a lot of things that have greatly affected me. And oh, okay, I'm just not ready sometimes, but I don't want this to define me my entire life. So I will have to take steps in order to get better. So thank you so much for watching. Bye, take care, ingat.